Hey friends, welcome back. This is not the usual type of video I make, but I had just hit 100,000 subscribers and I thought it would be cool to show you guys some of my older things that I did. I'm actually working on showing you guys my older Animal Crossing stuff too, but right now I don't have access to my 3DS. So right now I'm just going to show you some of my old Minecraft worlds. Now, currently 100% of my subscribers are Animal Crossing players, and I really want to introduce you guys to Minecraft. If you like Animal Crossing, I really think you're gonna like Minecraft and the creativeness that you can achieve through this game. Now, this is a world that I created with my friend, and it actually was done in survival. So everything we have here, nothing was cheated for, anything like that. And this, we're going to start off with what we call Atlantis. And this is actually where we started. So I turn around and this is it. Right now I'm in what's called creative mode. So I'm just flying around. And yeah, so this is Atlantis. And you can see more right here. We have everything underwater. So pretty much what we did is it started off just a little fun challenge because the normal game got a bit boring. So we decided, hey, let's do a challenge where we set limitations for ourselves. And I say it all the time, limitations force you to become creative. So this is exactly what happened. So we're going to start with how we are meant to enter. Originally, we created this area to enter right here, and I'm going to show you that. So this was the first little bubble that I made when I first started, and I didn't actually design it too much more. And this was actually going to be my base. This is right where I started, and I actually had my whole base literally just here underwater. And I thought it was such a cool thing that you could come through the doors, and the doors are stopping the water from entering, and then you walked in, and then we started digging underground because we wanted more space. So we came down here, and oh, this is the base right now. We have everything in what's called prismarine, and then we have this kind, what is it, acacia? Oh yeah, acacia wood right there. And this actually was created with two of my friends, but one of them decided he wasn't really interested in the game as much anymore, so he quit. But let's start with his room a little bit. So he made the roof completely glass here. Oh, that's spooky. And real fake doors, get your real fake doors right here. I think he'd be very proud that I'm showing off his hard work right here. And yeah, he kind of quit pretty early on. And what was he making here? Oh, he was working on an automatic farm. I think he was just testing that out. But yeah, it's kind of nice to see our old world that we created together over a summer, and just it's a lot of nostalgia a little bit here. We're going to go further into pretty much the heart of the entire base, and this is kind of where we spent the most amount of time. Now, I am a nut for automated things, and my other friend liked building and collecting things, so that's kind of how we organized everything. So what I ended up doing was creating automated sorters, automated smelters, automatic fishing places, and all that sort of stuff, and you're going to see that in a sec. So we're going to start off, this is just my ender chest with all our gear. We had like some of the top gear possible. And this chest right here, normally you would put items in it to store, but what I have here is I have an automatic sorter. People who have been playing Minecraft for a long time already know what this is, but pretty much you can use redstone, essentially like electricity, and create like little machines in this game. It gets really complicated, but there's a lot of tutorials online. As you can see, this number is ticking down, and what it's actually doing is going into my automatic sorter here. So if we go and find the cobblestone section, we can actually see that the number is increasing. And so it automatically sorts what goes in here. So if I took some of this netherrack, it would actually put it into here. So yeah, we're just going to skip that really quick. And this is the storage for the automatic sorting for the automatic fishing section. So yeah, we just made that. And then everything that doesn't fit into those two categories goes into here, which is just etc. stuff. So this is iron ore that hasn't been smelted yet. So I'm going to show you guys the next automated thing. Actually, let's just show you this actually quickly. This was to tell my friends not to touch anything, but pretty much this is the behind the scenes, the stuff that you don't see. It's pretty simple. Once you figure out the basics of it, it's really just repeating over and over again once you've done it. So we go up here, and the really cool thing about this automatic smelter is that this chest here goes back and forth over top of these, and the item that you put in gets deposited in here into the furnaces, and then it automatically gets turned on. So when I go, so you can see 5620. So as it goes through, you can see that it gets deposited into every single one of these, right? And as it goes back and forth, as you can see, it's going to come here and any second now, and then it goes back. And as you can see, it's depositing it evenly through each one. And here is where you deposit coal. And actually, for some reason, there's no coal in there. That's weird. We usually would keep that. But anyway, we have a bunch of coal here. So I'm actually going to demonstrate that the auto loading of these. So normally what you would do is you would just put them in one at a time, but we had a lot of items, and so we wanted to make it a bit more efficient. But as you can see, there we go. Now they're all smelting. So as you can see, the coal is cooking in the iron ore, and this should go up as the cart goes back and forth. Exact same mechanism as the iron ore one that we had. And as you saw, the bar that came out disappeared, and actually that went automatically to be sorted into here. So like, as you can see, that's increasing. So that's just, I don't want to dwell on that for too long. A lot of people might be bored by that. And this is an automatic fishing thing. You get some rare items from that. This is the miscellaneous sorting. A lot of things didn't require an automatic sorting thing, because normally you have like a ton of items in your inventory and you just want to drop them off over there in that and just forget about it, right? Because sometimes it gets annoying. This is where we had our excess diamond and our emeralds, which we actually didn't have many. And yeah. So I was getting into potion making at this point, and I was actually playing around with this area, which I thought was going to be really cool. I never actually finished it. As you can see, I'm still working on it. But the magma blocks emit light, but not enough to keep monsters out. Monsters spawn in dark areas, but they can't spawn on top of transparent blocks or half slabs, which is right here. As you can see, that's floating a little bit. So yeah. It was going to be like a really dark, cool room where monsters couldn't spawn despite it being pitch black. And I thought it was a kind of a cool idea. We have lights up here, and I just covered them a little bit with the acacia. I love the acacia. It just reminds me of like a coral reef. And yeah, we were working on making this entire area around here a coral reef, but we never got to that point. But I kind of think they look like almost orange shells. So I thought it was a really cool idea. And also this is terracotta, glazed terracotta, and it just kind of fit with the whole theme, right? That's kind of my inspiration right there that I pulled. So we're going to go into just a quick area here. I collected all the music, I guess, what are they called? Records? All the music records right there. And we're going to go into, it's a little bit of an overkill thing, but yeah, we're going to go into, this part's pretty much empty. We just had this for golden carrots, and then we had this, we actually hadn't created this into anything, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that. And there's not much down there. There's like a spider farm, but really all that stuff we'd never use. This is my friend's pride and joy. So this is where he spent so much time in the nether mining quartz just for this, and he little V up there, his name's Valentine, so that was for him. And this is the library, and a thing we never ended up doing. It's kind of sad. A lot of the things I'm going to say we never finished, but we were going to put an item in here and then a little backstory about the history of our Atlantis, like our playthrough and all the fun things that we experienced. But here we killed the Ender Dragon, and we have the egg there. I'm just going to fly up, and this is like an enchanting table up here. The third level is not complete, but that pretty much goes above there where the V is. So we're just going to continue through here, and where shall we go next? Okay, so here is kind of like the main area downtown. My friend's cat is there. Oh man. But he also had this secret area right here. This was like his little OG bedroom with all his storage stuff and his dogs. Man, he loved those dogs and cats. He spent all day doing that stuff. It was actually kind of funny. We have a little pool here, and this is an aquarium that I built. And I did this for a few reasons. I actually did have initially dolphins and stuff inside here, but they despawned when I guess when I converted the save or downloaded it. And this is the heart of the sea. It's an item you get that helps you breathe underwater and see underwater and all that stuff, which was really important for an Atlantis world so that we can stay underwater around our base indefinitely. And I'm going to show you, yeah, let's show you more of this. So we go down here, and initially this wasn't flooded. Actually, it was flooded. I emptied all the water out, and then I actually ended up putting it all back in just because I changed my mind. So this is like a pool, and that leads down to our OG mines. We don't really use that anymore. And this is where I have the automatic farms. Now these get really complicated. I'm only going to show you them really quickly. But the iron ingots are from the golem farm. We had a pumpkin and melon farm, and you're going to see where I use the pumpkins in a second. We have the sugarcane farm, which was really important for making books and bookshelves for my friend, and cactus just because I was learning how to make automatic farms, and I made a cactus one first. So that's how it ended up. And this is the final thing we were working on. It was a huge project, and then we kind of got burnt out, and we just didn't have time. This. Now, we dug out this entire area. Of course, we killed the wither and we got this beacon. So that's the only reason we could actually do this, be able to dig this all out. This was a lot smaller before. But we were going to actually, we had villagers in here. And unfortunately, they despawned. We spent a lot of time doing that, but we were going to get villagers in here, build like a little underwater Atlantis city, the lost city of Atlantis, where we had a fake ceiling up here, and I was actually going to make clouds and stuff up there, and we were going to have like an entire city down here, which I thought was going to be really creative and really fun. Man, we had so much fun with this island, honestly. There's not too much to talk about those things, and I don't want to waste too much time. So next we're going to go up into here. So this area is really fun. These little bubbles push you up and can pull you down. So we kind of made like these water elevators, and then we come up to here. So this is kind of like the transportation room, and we saw a bit of this from the entrance actually. This is one of the areas closest to the surface of the water. And so we have two different places we can travel to. We have our farming island, which is way down there. This is one of the first big projects we worked on, is this tunnel to go to the first piece of land that was anywhere nearby. And then this is another portal, and this takes us to the other areas. But first, I want to show you this. So this little mechanism, you stand on this, it will pop up a minecart, and then deactivate the rails. But once you right click this, you move into it. And because that made you off of the pressure plate, these rails got activated again. And so it automatically brings you through this tunnel. And this tunnel is just, it's just so fun to walk through. Honestly, sorry, not even walk through, take the cart through. It's just fun. It takes a bit longer, but sometimes you just gotta have some fun. Of course, we could have had a portal, many other faster ways, but this was just the most enjoyable. And as you can see there, it actually turns, hits a cactus, and then gets grabbed by this hopper and gets deposited back in here, so that next time I step on this, it'll always be full and can go the other way, which is really cool. So this area was complete function, no form, not really the prettiest, but this is how I got a lot of leaves, which is, oh yeah, the leaves. So I totally forgot about the leaves. So this is where we got our wood naturally, but also leaves for a project that I never actually showed you. And this is my friend's, he made a little lookout tower. We're just gonna climb up here real quick. And it was just a fun little tower he made early on in the build. And it was really, really cool. So I'm just gonna quickly go back, and I wanna show you where I actually used the leaves and the pumpkins. I mentioned them, but I never actually ended up showing you guys. Silly me. So we're just going to go back down here. Jump down here. And okay, so there was another part right during the main heart section that I was telling you guys about that I never actually showed you. So I designed this. This is the old design of, I guess, Atlantis. And the kind of inspiration behind making this look like old school and this making it look futuristic and modern is that like this is like the older temple area, it's run down, and then a little bit of old and new at the same time. So I decided to keep this rustic, and as you can see, things break away here, and this is where I put the leaves. I wanted it to look overgrown, and through here, instead of using glowstone, which was kind of hard to get because I didn't have a good way of getting a lot, I just used pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns. You just can't see their face. And for my friend to get his library the way he did, I built this. And actually his mouth closes and opens. It's a cool little thing you can do. And yeah, you come through here, and we have a little cow farm. He would stand up here and feed them, and then he would murder them. And yeah, if you want to see behind the scenes for this, this is how the cow's mouth opens and closes. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. You could spend like a whole 20-minute video just learning how to do that alone. Redstone's really cool in this game. It's kind of like electricity. And of course we needed sheeps. So I made another sheep face here. This I never made open and close. Actually, it was just permanently open, and it has sheep behind there to get a lot of wool. But I never ended up making it automated. It takes a really long time. And this was the slime chunk that I made. And slimes are really good for certain pistons and stuff. I didn't make it automated, but slimes typically spawn here. Usually there's slimes here, but I guess since all the NPCs got deleted. Ooh, spooky noises. Anyway, yeah. So this right here is actually just the slime area. I'm really proud of how actually I used the glass, and it looks slimy there. So yeah. So now we're going to go back to the actual nether portal, and I'll show you a bit more from there. All right, and we're back at the nether portal. So when you go through these portals, you kind of go to the hell dimension. And here we are. So this is what normally it looks like. We built a lot of the stuff up there and stuff, but yeah, this is where it is. And we have a little tunnel here just to keep us safe while we're in this dangerous dimension. And for people who don't know, 1 block walked in here is 8 blocks in the overworld. So this is the quickest way to actually travel around. So we would get in this minecart, and I'm gonna go to our base 2.0. And me personally, I love rustic feeling. I love wood, I love stone, and that's my aesthetic, right? Atlantis was really futuristic in that sense. Oh, a little lag there, but it was really futuristic and modern and automated. But I kind of like the small town feel, this feel of like and that's another thing I'll show you in a bit. But I like kind of a more rustic castle-like feel. And speaking of castles, let's go through this portal. And on the other end is my pride and joy. I made this. This is a giant castle that I made. So I am just going to walk you through the inside of it. It's pretty massive, and then I'll show you the rest. So the reason I made this is because we dug a lot. We mined a lot. So we had so much cobblestone, and I just wanted to make something cool out of it because I personally love medieval time stuff and castles. So this room actually was just created because I really like these crosses. I kind of wanted the more like Crusader vibe, you know. It's not a real medieval castle without some religious symbol on it, right? And so then the sides are really just empty. I never fully moved in here. I made it with the intent of maybe moving in here one day once we were 100% done with Atlantis, but we ended up not going in that direction. So we come into this room, which is kind of cool. It kind of has like a Mayan vibe. I kind of was experimenting here. And yeah, so you go up here, and you're going to start to notice how just massive this is, how much space, right? You just have so much space in this area. And so we're going to walk here. And, oh, did I miss it? Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't miss it. Yeah, and you can walk down here. I have no idea what my plans were for this area, but it was just fun. This is one of those games, just like in Animal Crossing. You just build, and you have fun, and you create what you love. And yep, so another area, pretty self-explanatory at this point. They're all kind of the same, but I'm just showing you it goes up again. And then we're up at like kind of the tall, super tall point, and then it goes up one last final time just because. And it's actually so tall that it snows up here, even in warm weather. So right now it's actually nighttime. So let's do a quick cheat set day. There we go. Just so you can see it better. And I'm just going to fly around this and show you. Yeah, so this is the castle itself. And I'm quite proud of it. I built it myself. I mean, I know there's a ton of Minecraft YouTubers that make crazy things, like bigger than I could ever make. But this was just something I did for fun. And yeah, so that's the portal we came in through. So now I want to show you. First, we're going to ignore what's to the left right there. I'll show you that in a little bit. But this is what I'm talking about, like the small town vibe. And this little house here, me and my friend actually took a boat all the way from Atlantis, and we ended up on here. And this was the first land we found. And so we kind of settled down here for a bit. The first thing we made was that. It's really ugly. We literally made it just because we needed a place to stay. It was just going to be, we needed land, right? We needed trees and stuff. So that's why we came here. Funny story with this. This used to be so full of chickens, but they all got despawned, sadly. And right here, this is the tree that was here. There's actually a little hill. But when I got here, I actually, this was the most important tree. I don't know why I was so attached to it, but I actually put signs that said, "Do not chop down," to my other friends. And then I put, "This tree must never ever be chopped down, ever." And because I guess I had some attachment to it. And then we just ended up, as a joke, leaving it floating because, hey, not allowed to chop it down. So this is where we got eggs and chicken and feathers from. But there's a funny story. And there was actually a chicken. Oh my God, what? Wait. I thought every single NPC despawned. Why is there one chicken here? And this is the chicken I was going to tell you guys about. There's a story behind this chicken, and this chicken is a demon. It literally, one day I came up here, and there was a chicken up here. That nobody, I don't know how it got in, right? They were all there, but there was one chicken in this bedroom. And it was up here, and it was just like in the corner, and was spinning around. Its head was going weird. It was really weird. And my friend was just like around the corner. And I told my friend it was crazy. He had to come look at it. And he didn't believe me. I'm like, this thing is being a demon. And then it jumped on the bed. And I swear, just like Emily Rose from The Exorcist, it just started freaking out while on the bed. And it was actually kind of weird. And I managed to get my friend to come up. And as he was coming up the ladder, literally 1 second before he got to the top, he starts acting normal again. The chicken just la 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 la. And then the chicken just looks at my friend, hops off the bed, and just walks around normally from then on. And it knows exactly what it's doing. See, it's staring me down. Yeah, it's pretending. It's pretending like it doesn't know what it is. But that's the demon chicken. Okay, we're just going to leave the demon chicken. And we're going to go down to the basement. And yeah, I don't know what I was making here, but it obviously wasn't something too important. And I'm just going to quickly gloss over the next area here because it's not nearly that important. And this is kind of where we were. We had a mine down there. And what we ended up doing is we got here, but we couldn't get back. We weren't able to find our way back. So we made this, and we actually dug all the way down there, made another nether portal to connect this area with Atlantis. And so we can go through the hell dimension essentially to do that. These are our puppies. They no longer have name tags, which is weird. And these are our horses. Rest in peace, my friend's horse. He jumped in lava with it. We don't talk about that. And yeah, so that's pretty much that. So you've already gotten this far in the video, guys. What do you think so far? Do you want me to do more of this content? Would you like to see a let's play of Minecraft and stuff? It won't take away from my Animal Crossing content. I just have a little bit of extra time, and I thought maybe I could do something fun like that. It's a very relaxing game. Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what you think, good or bad. I can take it, trust me. So we're back in the castle, and we're going back into the nether. And we're going to go down here just a little bit. And we're going to travel to what we call the Guardian Farm. And the Guardian Farm was originally for experience because killing monsters gets you levels, but it was also for Prismarine, which right here you can see Prismarine. So this is kind of where we used to spend a lot of time. We used to, wow, it's quite laggy. So I'll quickly explain how it works for those who don't know. There's like an ocean monument you can find full of these deadly mobs called Guardians. These Guardians spawn here. And what bubbles do is they push everything up. So what I kind of did is I dug out this whole ocean monument. And so whenever these Guardians spawn, they go into the bubbles and they get shot up into this puppy. As you can see, there's a few in here. And they get slowly funneled into this. Then they got shot up all the way to the top here. They fall into the lava and just get damaged just enough so that when they land from the fall damage, they die, right? This gives no XP, but it gives a lot of items. The items they drop are the Prismarine, the stuff that we use to make the blue inside of our Atlantis. However, you don't get experience from this. And how you keep them alive is we have water. Water gets rid of fall damage, they don't get hurt, and it puts out the fire. So these guys are actually 1 HP, just one little punch away from dying. So what you would do is you would kind of just wait here, they would fall, and we got not only XP, a decent amount of XP, but we also got the items we needed to create the aesthetic of our base. It was a great solution for that. Yeah, as you can see right there. Automated farms are really important in Minecraft, but typically you would just have it like this because we found a better way to get experience, and that's what's called an ender. So again, we're back in the nether, and we are going to be right beside the nether portal to Atlantis. And this was never really fully made because we had elytras at this point, and elytras actually would allow you to fly. And then once you can fly, you don't really need paths in here. You would literally just fly even faster than I'm flying right this second. And if I can remember correctly, what is this? I don't remember how to get to it. Okay, one sec. Okay, yeah, I completely went the wrong way. So this is actually where I exited before, and I went the other way. But all you have to do is go here. And actually what clued me into it was this. We kept getting lost in here. And so he built a little arrow so that you knew which way to go. It's too funny. Anyway, we go down here, and this is what's called a stronghold. And in a stronghold, this is how you get to the end of the game where you fight like a big dragon or whatever, the ender dragon. And now we're in the end dimension. Now in the end dimension, these things called endermen spawn. And when you look at them, they get aggressive. Right now I'm in creative mode, so they don't. But if you look at them, they get really aggressive and want to fight you. So nothing, as I mentioned earlier, nothing can spawn on transparent blocks. So I would go to a place like this, really far away from the main island so that nothing could spawn there. You see how it's disappearing? No mobs can spawn that far away, and they can't spawn on here. So every single monster, it's about to get real loud. I'm going to turn down the volume. Every single monster would spawn in, they can only spawn there. Every single enderman that would normally, let's say there's like 20, would have to spawn in one area. And what I would end up doing is they would end up killing themselves from overcrowding, and they would drop the ender pearls, which would go into here. And just because we were playing on a Minecraft Realms server, it actually ended up being a little bit too laggy to have too many pearls and too many mobs here. So when we press that, it would actually get rid of every single dropped item on the ground. And last but not least, I actually almost forgot about it. My friend really badly wanted the trident and couldn't get one, so he decided to make this. A trident shrine, just because I managed to get 2 from the drowned, and he spent hours trying to get one and never could. And this was actually what he made. He spent so ridiculously long getting this villager here and trying to hunt drowned. And he's still to this day never ever got a trident. What a poor guy. It has a really long elevator going up, and then once you're at the top, there's a creeper there apparently. That could have ended badly if I was in survival mode. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I might be doing some more Minecraft content in the future just because it's so relaxing. I might do like a let's play playthrough series just of the regular Minecraft, but instead of just screaming into the mic like I believe a lot of Minecraft content is, I think we can do some chill, relaxing stuff and a little playthrough, introducing a lot of you guys to Minecraft, which is a game, again, if you play Animal Crossing, you should really like Minecraft too. And guys, please let me know if you like this Minecraft content and you want to see more. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments exactly what you think of this. If you want me to do more, let me know. And if you don't want me to do more, also let me know. I really want to hear your feedback on this. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say. And I'll see you in the next video.